video, I honestly wish that I had this video about 10 years ago. I spent countless hours reading and praying and crying and watching videos and whatever, but these 5 tips, these tips are golden. Like, this is going to increase your credit score so quickly if you implement these 5 things and do it diligently and do not stop and do not give up on yourself. And the key to this is when you're paying off anything, do it one at a time. Hey guys, welcome back. So today's going to be a very interesting video. So we're going to be talking about how to increase your credit score quickly. So I'm going to go over 5 ways that I personally have used to increase my credit score. There are 5 simple ways that anybody can do at any time. So let's get right into the video. So jumping right in. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is my number 1 way, and this one is a little bit different. You don't hear a whole lot of people talking about this one, but I'm going to talk about it because it is extremely effective. And I kind of came across this by accident. And the first one is become an authorized user to someone who has good credit. Becoming an authorized user to someone that does have a good credit score is going to dramatically increase your credit score, and it's also going to increase it quickly. And kind of the way that it does that is whatever credit lines are open to them that you are authorized on, it's going to appear on your credit report as well, as if the credit account belongs to you also, even though it doesn't. So that's kind of a little tricky way to get your credit score to increase, but it is extremely effective. But please be careful with that one. Our next tip is going to be keep your credit lines open. So if you have credit cards and you're paying off the credit cards, do not close the credit cards. Your credit score is based on, a portion of it is based on the amount of credit that you have available. So if you pay off a credit card and you close it, whatever that balance was on that credit card, whatever your limit is, then that's going to be taken away from you, and that's going to lower the amount of credit that is available to you. You want to have as much credit as you can, as much money as you can available to you, because banks and other institutions, when they're judging your credit worthiness, they want to know that you have the money available but you don't need it. So that is what's going to look really good on your credit report. To have, let's say if your credit card, I guess your credit card limit is $5,000 and you've only used $1,000. That looks good to them because that's less than 35%. But once you pay it off, if that's what you decide to do, if you decide to pay your credit card off, do not close your credit card. Leave it open and use it periodically. You know, I don't know, charge some gas, charge some groceries, and then pay it off in full so that you don't have to pay the interest attached to it. But do not close that credit line because it will hurt your credit score. As soon as you close that credit line, it's going to drop your score. Okay, so tip number 3 is going to be have a good credit mix. Having a good credit mix looks really good on your credit report, and it tells them that you are capable of paying on installments and that you're capable and responsible with your revolving credit. So you want to make sure that you have both. So if you only have a car payment and you don't have any credit cards, then you need to have a credit card. If you have credit card and you don't have any type of installment payments, then you need to get some type of installment payment. It sounds counterproductive to have a credit card when you don't have one, but in order to have good credit, you have to have money that's available to you in the form of credit. However, you don't have to have balances on the credit cards themselves. You just need to have that credit limit open. You need to have that line of credit open and available to you. And the lower the balance, the better. You always want to keep the credit cards out between 30 to 35%. I wouldn't go above 35%. You're getting in that danger zone, especially when it comes to calculating your debt to income ratio. So try to stay between 30 to 35%. 35%, the highest, or anything lower than that is going to be really good. Okay, tip number 4 is going to be dispute any inaccuracies on your credit report. Now, hold on, let me back up, because this one is important. Dispute inaccuracies. However, most of those things on your credit report have a statute of limitations. Now, I am not a financial guru. I'm the house lady. I'm not the money lady. However, I'm speaking from experience and from the research that I have done. Do your own research. Do your own diligence when it comes to your money and your money situation. But most items that are on your credit report that are over 7 years old have exceeded the statute of limitations. So if you pay on those items when they're 7 years or more, that is going to reopen that account, and that is going to impact you negatively on your credit. I would either dispute them or just leave them on there and just don't pay any attention. If you're trying to purchase a home and your bank or your private mortgage lender tells you to pay it off, then pay it off. But until then, I would not pay it off. Even though it's on your credit account, it's not going to negatively impact you again. It only negatively impacts you one time, and that's when it's first put onto your credit report. After that, I mean, the damage is already done. So if it's over 7 years, I wouldn't touch it unless a financial professional tells you that you need to pay that off in order to get approved for whatever loan that you're going through. But to dispute the inaccuracies, you can go to the 3 credit bureaus websites. That's Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Sign up for a free account with them, and once you do that, they're going to let you into your credit report to see what's on there. Now, they're not going to give you your score. I think you have to pay a fee for the score, but it will tell you exactly what's on your credit. And in those websites themselves, there is a dispute section in the website to where you can dispute any inaccuracy. The 5th one is a no-brainer. It's pay your bills on time. So at some point, you have to stop the bad habits in order to create new ones. Paying your bills on time is the biggest factor when it comes to increasing your credit score. That is the number one thing that is used to determine your credit score. So if you have a poor payment history, you need to stop that right now. When I was renting, when I was in my apartment and I had my credit cards, I'm not even gonna lie to you, like, the things that reported to my credit were the things that got paid first. But my credit cards in my car, those things got paid before my light bill. They got paid before my water bill. They got paid before my rent. So my order of paying was credit card, car, and then my rent. That's how I did it, because I was trying to build my credit score and I wanted to make sure that those items were paid on time. Utilities, if I had to, I would make an arrangement. If I had to call the light people, I would make an arrangement. If I had to talk to the water people, I would make an arrangement so that my utilities were never turned off. Sometimes they were paying late, but that I was in the process, right? I was in the process of building my credit, and I had to make informed decisions. Like, I had to decide to myself, you know, what was more important. At the time, I was trying to get out of the apartments and buy a house, and so my credit was my top priority. When you have massive debt, thousands of dollars, like, it can be overwhelming. It could seem like you can never ever get out of it, but you can. You just got to take it one step at a time, one account at a time, one payment at a time. You have to stay with it. You cannot stop. You cannot give up on yourself, and you will accomplish whatever goal it is that you're trying to do financially. So just to review, the number 1 way was authorized user. Become an authorized user, but be responsible. Do not take advantage of them. And if it gets to the point to where they can't handle their financial load, then you need to pull yourself off of their account so that you're not an authorized user anymore. But be very, 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 very careful with that one. The second one is to keep your credit lines open. When you pay your credit cards off, do not close them. Keep them open. They want to know that you have the money available, but you're not using it, and that's going to show credit worthiness and responsibility. The third one was credit card mix. Make sure you have both installment payments and revolving. Installment payments is going to be loans. Car loan, personal loan, that's an installment. Revolving credit is credit cards. If you do not have credit card, and if you cannot get a traditional credit card, get a secured credit card. So a secured credit card is when you apply for a credit card, you send them your money. So you send them $300, $400, and you start your credit that way. But make sure you have both types of credit, installment and revolving. The fourth one was dispute inaccuracies, but be careful with the ones that are 7 years or greater. The fifth one was pay your credit cards, pay all your bills on time, but especially the ones that are going to affect your credit report. And I have a bonus tip for you. So the bonus tip is going to be make multiple payments if you can, but make them towards the principal of whatever the debt you have. So let's say you have a car loan and you're trying to pay your car off early. So you pay your traditional car payment. So if your car payment is $300, pay your car payment. But if you have an extra $50, if you have an extra $75, pay that and make sure you direct it to principal only. Like, you don't want to add that towards your next month's car payment, because what the goal is to get the principal down as low as possible, because the principal is the actual cost of the car. The goal is to pay the car off faster and to pay the least amount of interest possible. So in order to do that, every dollar that you put towards principal is interest that you are saving. So make multiple payments just like that, and you will be surprised how quickly those $50, $25 can add up. Think about your bank account, or when you use your debit card. How quickly does those charges add up? When you $25 here, $20 there, $30 there, $50, those charges add up really quick, right? Yeah. So when you take that money and put it towards your principal, guess what? They're still going to add up pretty quickly. So that's going to bring that car payment, or that's going to bring your principal down lower and lower and lower. The lower you make your principal, the less money you pay in interest, and the faster you pay your car off. So that's your bonus tip, guys. I honestly wish that I had this video about 10 years ago. I spent countless hours reading and praying and crying and watching videos and whatever, but these 5 tips, these tips are golden. Like, this is going to increase your credit score so quickly if you implement these 5 things and do it diligently, and do not stop and do not give up on yourself. And the key to this is, when you're paying off anything, do it one at a time, because if you're trying to pay off 7 different things at one time, you're going to seem like it's never getting done. Do one at a time. Start with the lowest balance credit card. Start with the lowest balance loan. The lowest balance, whatever it is that you have that you're trying to pay out, start with that. And those are little wins. So once you pay that one off, you want to feel like you're accomplishing something. And then you go to the next, and then the next, and then the next. And that is how you knock that debt down really, really quickly. But do not give up on yourself. It's going to get hard sometimes. You're going to have to delay partying and going out and, eating dinner out. You're going to have to cut some of that stuff off. You got to make some type of sacrifice to get yourself out of this. You didn't get in it overnight. You're not going to get out of it overnight, but you will get out of it if you do not give up. So I hope these tips were helpful. If this video helped you, please let me know down in the comment section. Please like the video if you like it, and I will see you in the next one. Ta-ta for now.